Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us again today. We have something really, really special. So we're sending this out to our Atlantis Scalar peeps because this is a little bit of a testimonial, but also a little free gift as well. And our guest today is DP Thompson. And of course, for anybody who doesn't know me, I guess I should say I'm Michelle Gray. So if you don't know who I am, that's who I am.
Yeah.
But thank you, DP Thompson, for being here. DP Thompson was on our Channeling Erik's Hour of Enlightenment show. I believe this was a few months back, and we'll see if we can link this in the description. So if you want to go back and watch or listen to that radio show, you can hear all about her and all about her awesomeness. But we have a treat because there has been so much growth that has come for you, particularly over this last year, but really in this last period of time. And so just before we start to kind of get into everything, there's a couple things I want to ask you. Could you share what Atlantis Scalar services you had and just kind of explain what you noticed, what shifted for you? Do you remember?
Wow. It's too big to say everything
Yeah.
because so much has happened. I've had I don't know the names or the titles of them. I didn't know you were going to ask me this. So I've had the full thing done, whatever that is, where
all
you
the
do
portal work.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the portal work for all the house, the animals, myself.
Mhm.
Yeah, and all the portals that are supposed to be opened, and the ones that are supposed to be closed, and things just keep happening, and it's just nonstop. And I just can't. I was so stagnant. I was so stuck. I was in an awful place. And as I was having my spiritual awakening, that was before the portal work. And then I got the portal work done. And that was just mind blowing, but only when I figured out how to let the energy come to me.
Yeah.
So I've got testimonials out there saying how to do that, because we all have blockages. And Elisa's work, she does her side of it, but there's always two sides to every coin, right?
Yeah.
And on our side, if we have the blocks, then it just goes to here and that's it. So once I learned how to let it all come to me and get rid of all the blocks,
Mhm.
I mean, I can't even begin to tell you what's been going on. I mean, the automatic sketching from a loved one on the other side that's passed away, I mean, that blows my mind.
Yes.
I mean, I'm soon going to put it up on my website. The man I've just done,
Right.
his name is Chris, and it's just, I can't believe it. And the only frustrating thing is I still can't draw. I
That's
can't draw.
incredible. And that's
I know,
and
but
guys, if you
it's
watch that
so
show, you watch the radio
upsetting.
show, we talk about that on the radio
Yeah,
show about how that whole journey of what opened up in you. And it is
yeah.
absolutely incredible. And there's something else because you and I have worked together for a bit and
Hmm.
we've done sessions together. So I've really seen this amazingness just keep pumping out of you. And after the
Oh,
scalar work,
thank you.
that's what
Yeah.
blew my mind, because after you had
Oh,
that, it's like everything started to skyrocket, and something that you've been working on has come to fruition, and it's going to come out for publication in March,
oh,
you're
yeah.
saying, right? Can you share that with us?
Oh, I almost had it upside down. This is coming out. Can you see it?
Yes.
Have I got it there?
Where does Lulu go?
Yes.
And
And that's
what's it about?
well, it teaches, it's a part self-help book for children that have anxiety, especially at bedtime.
Hmm.
So it's a really good chapter book. You read a chapter each night before bed. It's something for them to look forward to. And the same breathing exercises that we're going to do in a minute.
Hmm.
So there's the breathing exercises that little Lulu does at the beginning of every chapter. And then she takes you to explore, and she takes you to many different places, and she teaches you how it works in other realms. And yes, it's just it's exciting. And it's for them to understand that sleep is not scary, sleep is not boring, sleep is something to look forward to,
Oh, I love that.
and how to calm down. And then there's fun along with it. The sequel, Erik helped me with this, and the sequel is off the rails.
I love it.
So this is a beginner book for those wanting to know a little bit about spirituality at a young age, and up to the age of 7, they are seeing things and hearing things anyways.
So
You know,
true.
they have their playmates.
Yeah.
They're still very connected and close to source,
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's also to teach parents about that, not to brush off and ignore their children. So
Yes.
the mother in this book is oblivious until the very end. And I'll leave it at that without giving a spoiler.
Oh,
So,
I just love that.
yeah,
I am so excited for you and congratulations
thank
because I
you.
know how special this is and what a big deal this is. And
Yeah,
it's so amazing because this is such a testimonial to like I mean you've done the hard work. You know,
oh,
you've put in a lot of the hard
mhm,
work, and there was something that you shared with me just before we started recording, just about our processes and about the subconscious and speaking to ourselves. Maybe you can say something about that too, because like you said before, the scalar work, some things, some things, yeah, we're ready for, and they just make huge changes, and
yeah,
we're ready to do it. And then
because
there's
we're
other things
open. Yeah.
because we're open, and there's other
Mhm.
things that that take this little bit of work and might be belief, and um, it's just absolutely incredible to me because if you guys could see from my perspective working with her before, all this potential
Oh,
and all this, it was just
I was a
ballooning
mess.
around her,
Yeah,
but it was hard for her to see it
yeah,
herself and to
yeah.
work through. And it, after the scalar work, it's like I'm connecting to a different person. Like
I feel like a
to
completely different person.
yes.
From the very first time I spoke to you, I was in a dire mess, and I was in fear, and it was just an awful, awful place. And I just couldn't figure out what was wrong. And my house, you could take a knife to get through the air. It was so thick with dark, horrible energy. So
Hmm.
it's no wonder 2 and 2 equals 4. If you're feeling bad in your house and you can't get off the sofa, or you can't, everything is all these negative thoughts. Well, they're coming at you
Hmm.
because these portal holes that are open that need to be closed, they're coming in at you,
Yeah.
you know. and
Yep.
and I know that. I know that. I was lying in bed, and one ran across me on the bed and ran through the walk-through closet into the hit made sure both feet went bang bang really hard on the toilet seat to make me aware that this is really happening, you're not
Yes.
dreaming this.
Yeah.
And he went right into that mirror,
Yeah.
and I didn't know. I knew that happened as clear as could be. Oh, sorry, my computer. Oh, oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. That's life.
Uh,
These things happen. That's life.
okay, yeah, sorry, it wanted to restart. So, figures. And so I knew that I knew this guy, this young guy, ran right across and ran into the mirror. Now,
Hmm.
when you don't know anything, you wonder, how is that possible? But you saw it with your own eyes, you lived
Hmm.
it, it's real.
Yes.
So but then when I learned about the portal work, hello, that makes sense.
Yes.
That makes so much
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
So yeah, I feel like a completely different person. It's made an absolutely huge, huge, huge change in my life, from night and day.
Yeah.
I don't live in fear anymore.
No, you don't.
I get up and I go and I do things. I make things happen now. And
Yes.
I've got the energy to do it,
Yes, you do.
you know, and that's what I want to teach people. This is a Valentine's Day special that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to teach people it's all about learning to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so many times you're going to hear that, but you don't know how to do that. You just don't.
Right.
It's easy to be told something, but now we're going to show you,
Yes.
because once you get that, you start opening for good energy to come in. So if anybody, getting back to portal work, if anybody's had any portal work done and they're trying to get that energy to come in, try this mini session. You can get to me on the website. And if you want a bigger session, that's possible too, to help you at least love yourself.
Yes.
Because I know the minute your heart expands and you love yourself, your heart expands and all goodness starts to come. And those negative thoughts, when you tell them to go away, you'll notice them more because you're loving yourself more.
That's right.
Am I making sense or am I just jabbering?
You're making
Okay.
absolute sense. Absolute sense.
Okay.
No,
Well,
this
this is my experience and it's working for me. So
yes,
I've got to share it.
It is. And I'm
love,
so glad that you are.
Love is the biggest power on the earth.
Yes, it is.
Love is our biggest power. Why are we celebrating Valentine's Day on the 14th only? Yeah. So I would like to say to the world, let's all get together and start wearing red, start thinking of love, start doing little things like I've bought this cup recently, okay? Buy yourself something for $12 on Amazon. Yeah. Just something simple and remind yourself how much you love yourself and do it, all the time, but especially Valentine's should be the whole month of February.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should, it's big. It's like Christmas and we should be decorating and thinking about it the whole month of February. My decorations are going up in a couple of days and they're going to stay up the whole month of February.
And the front door is a love, because love starts in here. And
yes,
and
that's
really
where we're going.
And we were not taught how to do that. Many of us were not taught how to love ourselves. We were taught how to give love or expected to give love to others. And it didn't always translate because we weren't giving it to ourselves. And so it's a really beautiful and powerful thing, because when we have love for ourselves and we mix that with strength and we mix that with empowerment, those things together, anything is possible. Anything.
Well, it's like what they talk about in The Secret, and they say, oh, this is how to manifest something. But people don't realize that they're all saying, oh, it doesn't work, because you have to have the thought and the feeling come together. Mm-hmm. Then it works. Mm-hmm. And you can't do that without loving yourself. Okay. And you can't love yourself if you don't know where to go inside. And this is what I have found works for anything Elisa does. Yes. For me, works, because I have found how to do this and I just want to share it with the entire world. And this is just going to be a small mini session because we don't have a lot of time, you and I. So we're just going to keep it short and going to teach everybody how to breathe whenever you're ready.
Yes, I am ready. I'm just going to get nice and comfortable. I know that I've been practicing because you had taught me before about breathing from my stomach and not from my shoulders. So I'm going to do my.
That's right. Yes. Okay, so that is very important. And I do write this at the beginning of every chapter in the book of how to breathe properly. Mm-hmm. So there's not going to be any more breathing in and out through the mouth. That's gone. Mm-hmm. We're supposed to breathe through our nose, and then we don't have to worry, are we breathing in through our nose or out through our mouth? No. Just gonna relax. Mm-hmm. And we're only going to breathe in for 4, out for 4, nothing more. You don't have to think of any other numbers. Mm-hmm. You just listen to my voice. You get yourself nice and comfortable. So the way to properly breathe, to calm down, and to get to everything you need in life is by breathing as we do when we're born. So if you look at a newborn baby, their bellies are rising up as they're breathing. Their chests aren't going like that. Got to pay the bills, Mm-hmm. They don't think like that because there are no bills at that age, for example, and all the other stresses we think about. So we're just going to calm down. Now, the way to do it is to take your hands and put them around your belly button or somewhere around the belly. It doesn't matter if you have a 6-pack, that will rise, okay? And then if you can't feel anything there due to operations or anything like that, just find a place, maybe on the sides, because your rib cage will always move.
Okay.
So if you want to know for sure that you're breathing from your belly, but you put your hands like this so that your arms are nice and relaxed, and your shoulders, anywhere you can feel that movement, okay? And then also, if you are more comfortable, you can put one, it'll be your left hand if you're going to use a hand to your chest, just to make sure that your chest is staying down, and your right hand will go down around your abdominal area,
Okay.
right around wherever. As long as you can be relaxed. And if you get into it really relaxed and your hand drops, that's fine, but it's good to have it over your heart as well. Okay, so we're just going to calm down now, and we're just going to breathe in through the nose for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please feel that you are filling up your lower hand. That's where the air fills up the tummy, and not the chest. Don't let the chest move. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax your neck muscles. Breathe in for 4. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop your shoulders. And anyone that wants to close their eyes and just put their head back, just relax. Breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just get used to relaxing. Relax all the muscles down your back. Take your gentle breaths. Make sure you practice your breathing, not to raise your chest. Let's do another breath as we're relaxing all our muscles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're relaxing the legs. All around the legs, the buttocks area, down, past the knees, past the back of the knees. Just breathing with only the belly breathing, making sure all the muscles are relaxed, and your feet, just relax them. Let everything drop just where it is, where it wants to go. Let's breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure we're doing the belly breathing. Breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just relax. So we'll go to the neck again. Make sure the back of the neck is completely relaxed. Make sure the shoulders, the top of the shoulders are completely relaxed. If you want to drop your arms, relax them. Keep breathing the belly, any breath that you have. Relax the lower back muscles. Okay. And we're going to go to the center, right in your sternum, right there where your heart is. Go right to the heart and just think of your heart. Try and picture your heart pumping that beautiful blood, just beautiful big red heart. Tell your heart how much you love your heart. You love your heart, and your heart loves you. Breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to surround your heart now with a beautiful white light. Beautiful, beautiful white light. It's a warm white light. Even though it's white, it's warming. Just beautiful. And it's full of love. Full of love. Now, think of something in your life that you have loved the very most. What is it in your life you have loved and loved so much? It could be an animal, it could be a person, just that feeling. You could have been a child, very, very young, or just anything that comes to you that you loved so much that your heart is just filled. Grab that feeling. Put yourself in that place. Maybe you're putting your arms around what it is you're loving and holding, your child, your firstborn, anything. Just grab that feeling as much as you can. Hold it in your heart. Hold that feeling. Hold it there. Wrap it in love. Wrap it in light. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to that feeling. Go back to that place. It could be a place that you loved so much. It just made your heart jump. Grab that feeling. Hold that feeling. Now take that feeling, and it's full of white light, and take it all the way up your chest, all around the back of your neck. Let it swirl across your shoulders. Take that feeling all the way down your arms. Take that white light. That white light will guide you. Just color yourself in that white light of love and warm feeling all down your back, all over your chest and your arms and your upper body. Just cover it all the way down through the abdominal and down through the hips, all into the hips. Push that white light of love all through your hips, all down your legs, both sides, all around. The light can go swirling around as long as you color all your legs down to your feet. Now you're sitting in this white light. And bring back up your legs. Keep your feet nice and colored, white, full of love, all the way up your legs. That white light is coming up. And now all around your neck and up the back of your head to the top of your head to the crown. Breathe in and bathe in that light. 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to your heart center. Go back into your heart. Grab that feeling. Go back to that feeling. It takes practice. You want to love whatever it is so much. You just love it so much. You feel like your heart's going to burst. Now your heart is expanding. It's opening. It's not afraid of love. It's not afraid of letting anything in. It's wide open. It's protected. It's yours. You are the owner of it. You say what goes. Hold that feeling. Hold your heart. Tell your heart how much you love it. And now all your body is covered in this white light. Tell your body how much you love it. You love yourself. You just love yourself. And you're going to do things. You're not going to sit in a negative energy. You're going to do positive things because you love yourself. And every day, all day, you need to think, I love myself. I'm going to do this because I love myself. Okay. Just feel that white light all up and down the back of your neck, your shoulders, your back, your lower back, your buttocks where you're sitting or lying, all down the backs of your legs, your feet, up on the top of your feet. Bring that white light back up again on top of the legs, across the belly, and up to the chest, neck. And now you can do your face. Now you are completely covered. And now just relax and love yourself. But remember how to get to your heart center. Remember that feeling. It's the best feeling of love. Now you're just going to relax. We're just going to come out of it slowly as this is a mini session. Start to wiggle your toes. Start to move your fingers. Just breathe naturally. You can move your neck around. Move your head right to left. Things may or may not crack. Doesn't matter. With all your imperfections, you love yourself. Breathe normally, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and you're probably going to feel quite relaxed.
I feel very relaxed. I just feel like I've been injected with something very warm.
Yeah,
Like warm liquid. The way I can describe it is my heart chakra got so warm that it felt like cinnamon heart, which I thought was so
nice.
perfect for Valentine's Day. But it was like warm and tingly, and
Tingly, yeah, I've got that.
I'm ready for bed. Like,
That's why I wanted to do it now for
yeah,
you.
yeah. So we're recording this in the evening because she recommended this would be great for sleep.
For you.
And
You're
yeah,
so
so
busy.
thank you very
You're
much.
very welcome. You're very welcome.
You are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for sharing not only your gifts, your ever growing abilities, your love, and for also sharing how much your Atlantis Scalar services have helped, and for being vulnerable and sharing all of these things, because there's so much power in vulnerability and in
Yes.
sharing. And so
And
thank you
can I
very
just,
much.
sorry to interrupt you, that's a very big point. That's part of letting any energy work for you.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Just be open.
Yeah.
Say, all right, come on in.
That's right.
Don't be afraid of anything. Be vulnerable.
That's right.
Well said.
That's right. So I love you so much. I know I will be seeing you soon. And
yeah, we have a session soon from
yes,
you.
so I hope all of you guys watching, you felt all of this love, and you feel this love not only for Valentine's Day, but through the entire month, the entire year. And
yes.
So I will bid you guys all adieu.
Yes, and it's just for all the negativity that surround people. If you just if you recognize it, tell it to go away, and then just quickly say, because I love myself, I'm going to do this. Because I love myself, I'll take the garbage out tomorrow. No, because I love myself, I'm taking it out now, and I'm going to feel so good because I took it out, yes. For example. But it's all day, every day. Say because you love yourself.
Yes.
Love you.
Love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, hon.
Bye.